the inner and overstanding of manifestation, it is a certain event that takes place. It's an action that shows up tangibly for us. Whether it be abstract or theoretical, it is something that we do ourselves. Yet a spiritual manifestation is something of a construct. It's something that you have to go in objectively with and have a focus or meditation. Now, as we, or some of us remember from previous full moon, I suggested that the form of meditation is one that is not just about us closing our eyes for 40 minutes or just chiming in with a particular song, but a meditation is about us inner and understanding the focus that we want to achieve and focusing on that and having actions with it. So having a spiritual manifestation deals with different layers. It's different layers. Most people think, okay, I'm gonna focus on this, and then here it is. It's gonna happen. I'm waiting for this tangible manifestation to happen. But it has so many layers, which in most times, our particular desires are not produced in a constant state. And what I mean by that is we are constantly manifesting. We manifest every day, every single moment. At this particular time, I'm manifesting with you. There's something that's proceeding out of my mouth, and it's going to give life to something. That's based on my particular action or your action as well. So our true desire only manifests within peace. All right? So note to this, because we are the different elements. So thinking about this full moon and what it embodies, the strength, our ability to focus, to have self-love, self-care, the element of us being body, material, flesh, but also being spirit, we embody the elements of water, which would be taste, for instance, fire, which would be our sight line, and air, which is hearing, how we take to what it is that we absorb, and earth, which is about smell. So if we're going through these different stages, we also have to think about time and how that correlates to thought. So most people say, well, okay, we have all these different elements, but what about these particular elements? Thinking about them in this particular way for this full moon, because it's a totality of who you are. It's the embodiment of who you are. We atypically only speak about the particular casing that's in front of us right now and not anything external. We have to become one within the self to actually create a manifestation that is something that we desire, because we're doing it all the time. Literally all the time we're manifesting. We don't, in hindsight, we don't take care that we're actually manifesting because it's something we do normally every day. Yeah? So in this particular way, I had to put those things out there first before proceeding with the questions, because these are questions that one would want to ask themselves to continue or further their growth with creating their own identity and lifestyle that best services them. So the first question, let me hit it off if you're all ready. The first question would be, what have you silenced within yourself? All right, I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, so what have you silenced within yourself? And what has, and from that, what is blocking you from your manifestation? We all talk to ourselves daily, so we're the ones that is putting certain things in our head, depending on what we're watching, who we're next to, who has our ear, who's inclined to our ear, around our casing. This is what we're constantly manifesting on a day-to-day basis. So ask yourself, what are you silenced, or what have you silenced within yourself that's blocking your manifestation? Number two, Have you taken ownership of your totality? Your totality is the whole being, the whole essence of the self, the inner and outer. For we are spiritual casing, living in a material body. So to me, this particular moon is giving us the opportunity to become in balance with the spiritual as well as the flesh self. All right. Number 3, what is self-care or self-love? What is it really? Is it the aspects of us being able to go to a spa or, walk around in the garden, take time and wearing a robe, drinking tea? What is self-care? What is self-love? Exactly. What is that? And when you ask yourself that question, it's almost like you're prompting yourself to really go beyond the external aspects of this and being more internal, because in many ways, us being or having self-care is all about our emotional, spiritual, and mental health more than anything. And it allows us to get in line and be in line with our own thoughts and our actions so we can manifest something different. Yeah? So spiritual, healthcare, this particular side of the self, how are we dealing with the self? Number 4, what have you manifested that you don't want anymore? Because the depth is, we manifest stuff. Again, we manifest every day. Everybody's trying to put manifestation like it's external, like it's out there somewhere. Manifestation happens every day. It is your particular workings, your inner workings. So sometimes we have manifested things and we've taken hold of those particular things, yet now we want to release them. Now we don't want them there. But somehow they are still showing up in different situations, whether it be people, places, situations that you might have found yourself getting into or you've already gotten into, but now you can't walk away from them. And they can be taking form in the body. So this is a time that you can bring those two together, which is the spirit man and the physical body, and really aim and put great intent on what it is that you're manifesting and that which you have manifested that you need to release. You have to identify that. You have to own that particular state, right? So out of this, you want to do your mouth's confessions. You want to be able to confess those things, do some form of rituals, deal with your crystals, do some saging. But the biggest thing is work with your discipline in creating a space that you'll be able to apply something new to. So that's why this question is very important for all of us, because we do it every day. Number 5, what is the discipline that you have added to your life that allows you to operate in your full totality? That is the essence of your divine divinity. Again, what is the discipline that you have added to your life that allows you to operate in your full totality, the essence of your divine divinity? Now, whatever that is, you want to be able to meditate / focus on that. This is a form of meditation. And what I mean by this too is it's not with your eyes closed all the time, because we know that we need to sit in a space, close our eyes. This is what we know meditation to be. But let's meditate with our eyes open. It's time to meditate with your eyes open, because that applies an application, right? So number 6, how are you investing? How are you investing? We all talking about investments now. We talking about in every aspect of investing. How are you investing in your spirit, your body, as well as your mind? How are you investing in many ways is about this particular full moon, because we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about the strength, we're talking about nurturing, we're talking about independence, we're talking about our thoughts and our ideas, being strong, resilient. Well, in that particular area of how you're investing in your mind, body, and spirit, I beg to ask another question. How codependent are you on your old thoughts and ideas? How codependent are you on those things, those thoughts and ideas that have become a habit? So how can you redefine or enter and understand, okay, I put investment time in this particular area in my life, and now it's produced a harvest. So manifestation is equivalent to a harvest. The depth of that is, what have you harvested? And are you still holding on to that old crop that you can't put into a new area? The Bible speaks about that old skin, new wines. This is the same aspect, because that is us materialized. How we think, how we act, what is formed is materialized based on our intent on it, our focus on that. So in that, you want to ask yourself, what is your ROI? What's the ROI on that? You've been investing, so what's the ROI? I mean, how is the return on investments meant for you? That's you being clear. That's you adding the element of you being in the divine self. It, as a human in this planet, in this dimension and realm, materialized, but you're still spirit. What have you invested in? And how is it returned to benefit for you? Number 7, how loyal are you? These are questions, again, these are all questions I have had to ask myself in different times, in different forms of my own consciousness, my application, thoughts, and patterns. Habits that I've held on to that I had to release, but the way they needed to be released was me going through them again, which also creates a manifestation, right? It's a manifestation. It's what you have desired, but you have to work through it. So how loyal are you? And it's a huge, huge question, because we think of that to be external. We always think, oh, well, I'm loyal to that person. I've done this for this person. But what have you done for the self? Because you can extend all that externally, but then you're now looking for that to come back to you externally when you have to start internally. Your whole loyalty should be with self first. All right, that is the essence of this full moon as well. If we're talking about independence and nurturing the self and being resilient in every aspect of the self, then you need to be doing that with the self. You need to be questioning yourself with that. How loyal are you? Because based on your loyalty, you will see and develop the manifestation of the desires of your heart, how you're operating, how you're moving. In that form of loyalty, also, you manifest your ideas. It's almost like shape-shifting. Your particular being starts to morph, transform, go into another way of operating and dealing with your own thoughts and actions. So that's a question you should continually be asking yourself. And it will change. That's okay. It will change based on your application and your inner and understanding of what it is you need to do for the self to be able to impact anybody else if that's your life purpose and path. And number 8, it is, what is your next move? What's the next move? Because we've all done this self-evaluation in some form, no matter where you're at in your consciousness, your unconscious and subconscious mind. We've all done some form of transformation, whether we wanted to do it, whether we didn't. Now we've got this whole stage of what we've created, because we're manifesting every day. We need to be able to take back the things or remove the things that now have gotten stagnant, because you're manifesting every day. You are manifesting every day. It's not external. It's not there. Okay, maybe you have your eye on a particular thing that you desire, But you can't get to that particular thing that you desire because that desire is either being blocked by you being codependent on your old ways of thinking, your old actions, your own self-preservation, but those things have come to an ending cycle. So what's the next move for the self? Self-evaluation of these particular areas help you move into the areas that would help you develop a better communication, which is about the moon as well. The communication with the divine self. Okay, everything is not external, it's internal first. All of this is a reflection of what internally I feel about myself, what I internally have projected, what I've birthed. In this particular area, what's your next move? It will help you develop your communication with self. It will help you trust the self, because that's another big deal. Loyalty, trust is with the self. It would help you with your development, your intuition, acting in your intuition, actually. You know, that the body in many aspects have these different sections of relationships, because everything we're taught is external of us. Communication, relationship, manifestation, ownership. We're taught all these things are external of us instead of internal of us. But taking hold of these particular things helps you move forward to create and embody the very thing that you want to be or what you desire. So in this essence of what's your next move, you would be thinking about self first, so you can develop that communication with the self, the trust for the self, which helps you love thyself. So the external things of, oh, I'm going to go to the spa date is enhanced or amplified because you first started within. Oh, God. Yes, yes, beloved.
Yeah, because she's
Peace and
talking.
greetings, sis.
Like,
I
am I
apologize
Oh,
to
go on.
interject.
Go on.
I do have a podcast that I have to get to.
Okay.
And,
Go on,
and
beloved.
I do want to, I don't want to not
Go on.
deliver the astrological forecast.
Go
Oh,
on,
go on, beloved.
Okay. Greetings, Kateria. Greetings. We have Kateria knows on
Yes,
the
go
line.
on, go on.
Greetings.
Thank you so much, sis.
Go
I was
on.
taking so many notes on everything that you said that I totally lost track of time.
Okay. Go on, go on.
Thank you. So, peace and greetings, everyone.
Ashe.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies, and thank you, Queen Esther, and to all of our sisters who are putting this together.
She
I
was
just want to
texting the
real
group.
quickly
Oh.
give a
It
word
was like, am I
regards to
going? And stuff
the
like that.
full moon happening in the
She
sign
shouldn't let her go
of
first.
Capricorn. This
But-
is
Yeah.
a
That's okay.
That was
very
a schedule when she did
interesting and strong
2
full
minutes
moon.
before we
Now, I
started.
know many
Yep.
of you are feeling the energies of this full moon quite
And I
intensely,
don't even
and
think
that is
they
because of the
put a
conjunction
go
that
for
it
her
is
to
making
say that.
to
For her to
planet Pluto.
interject.
Now,
They didn't
not
put a
only
go
is it
for
making
her
this
to
conjunction
to say that.
planet
They just
Pluto,
said,
as it
yes,
has been
beloved,
for
my
a few
apologies.
years
To
now,
say, don't.
it is also happening during a time that we have
Yeah, I was
these other
finishing.
planets
Yeah,
shifting.
of course,
We
I
just
know you were
experienced
finishing.
Mercury
And it
going
was
direct
pretty
this
good.
week.
Like,
We are experiencing
25
Jupiter going
minutes?
retrograde.
So
And
it
Oh,
took
what?
us
we'll
like
be
25 minutes.
experiencing Neptune going
Maybe
retrograde
could have been a
Friday,
little bit
Saturday.
faster paced, but
Yeah,
you wanted
yeah.
to
Depending on where you are
just
in the
slower
world.
with the questions
Yes.
and how people ask.
This
But I put all the
week
questions
has
on
been a
here
shift
Okay.
of
on the
energy.
chat.
Cool.
And what is taking
So even
place
if
at this
you're able
particular
to go back
time
on,
is
Uh-huh.
that we are
say
being
that it's
called
on.
to
All the questions
readdress
are on the chat.
what
So if you want to
we
review
view
the
as
questions,
success,
Yeah.
to readdress how we may try to attempt to have a level of power and control in our lives. We're being called to readdress our rules, our regulations, protocols, and things of the sort, and to learn to allow our vulnerability to show forth in the space or the face of the Most High, and allow ourselves to surrender to the Most High's plan and stop rowing a boat. This is about letting things flow, okay? Many of you may have been in an alignment, feeling very successful about particular things in your life, and then this week, certain shifts could have come in, like, dang, what happened? What's going on with this energy? I was feeling this, that, and the third, but now I don't know what to do. That I don't know what to do is you putting down those row handles and allowing the waves to take you. a celebration, although it can feel heavy because this season can feel heavy. It's actually a celebration to the work that you put in. This is, the time of telling the farmer, you have already sowed your seeds. Now water and just go and watch things bloom. Okay. Now it is very important that we tap into our divine feminine protocol or modalities, healing modalities at this time to nurture and nourish those seeds. It's kind of like the watering season of that, okay? And I'm just pulling up my notes. With the transit of Jupiter going retrograde, this is asking you, what do you really trust? The way that you have been working, the way that you've been going about certain things in your life indicate that you don't really trust in the divine enough. And now it's time to take your trust more internal, and we're at such a pivotal time of a step off energy to literally show how we trust in our own magic. Oftentimes we can get caught up doing the magic and doing the work rather than watching it flow. Okay, very important to understand that. Now, this energy is bringing up matters in regards to opportunists, negative, manipulative opportunists, okay? They are being exposed at this particular time. The opportunist within you is being exposed at this time. When people are opportunists
I'm the
or
host
they're
right now.
manipulative
Are
opportunists,
you?
they
Yeah,
are
because
functioning out of the
I think I was
vibration
the
of
first one
fear,
to log
out of
in.
the vibration
So
of control.
I think
And this
whatchamacallit
energy
got dropped out of the
definitely
chat.
needs to deaden.
So
Okay,
I'm like the
so
host right now.
when we have this
Oh my
particular
God.
energy being exposed in the world, you also want to check yourself. Where am I an opportunist? Where do I try to manipulate situations for a level of control within that situation? Because this is actually a time where things will work against you. If you don't unfold out and embrace the ways of the Cancerian energy, and you're holding on too hard to the Capricorn energy, this is going to be a time where you will see things break and crumble around you rather than blossom and bloom. So cloud chasing, all of that, it needs to come to a stop. Your life should not be a numbers game. This is a time to step away from all the hard work or things that you do and really connect with the family and your inner world. This is a time to sit with your emotions, reflect with them, and see what they are telling you, because they are guiding you through another path. So I will be sharing more on this on social media. Of course, I've put posts up already. I do want to let you all know that I will soon, next Wednesday, I will be holding a webinar on beauty and my favorite beauty tips and secrets and things of the sort, which is learning certain rules and regulations for manifesting things. Do know that when it comes, so stay tuned for that. But do know that when it comes to this full moon in Capricorn, it is a moon of manifesting. It's a moon of manifesting, but it shows you the blockages that you have against your manifesting, the different protocols that you are taking, and how it's actually working against your success. So be light, be well, let go of the things that are trying to control you. If you're having breakdowns and shifts and changes in your business, trust the process, celebrate the process, because it's taking a heavy load off of your back. Peace and divine light, ladies. I will see you all. If you want to get a reading with me, check out my website, astrologicschool.com. I will put that in the chat box. And you all can find me on social media, which my name is Kateria Knows. I got to change the name here. It's on the... I can't. I don't know. I'm trying to post, okay, to everyone. All right, so I'll put my website here, and I will catch y'all later.
Ashe Divine. Ashe Divine.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ashe
I really
Divine.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Just keep rocking and rolling, because we need them notes.
Ashe Divine.
That was
Ashe.
amazing.
Taking off the.
Ashe,
Ashe Divine.
Peace and love,
Ashe.
Kateria. Thank you.
Ashe.
Good thanks and praises. I see
This is
you all in the
Esther.
house.
Thanks and praises. Yes.
And listen, I believe greet everyone for coming to the Full Moon Forum again. One time I told the moon, I said, I don't think I'm going to be doing the moon circle this month. I think I'm not going to do it this month. And the moon said, what if I didn't show up this month? Something like that. And I said, that would not be cool. She said, I can show up this month. And how many months you think I've been showing up for, beloved? I was like, I get it. You see? So she said, do not tire. Do not tire with this natural work, because we need to come into natural alignment to do what? Spark off our magic, beloveds. To get in the magic zone. To get into the celestial zone. To get into the alignment where everything is synchronistically working. You don't find nature struggling. You don't find the sun struggling to rise. You don't find the moon struggling to become full. It's all flowing in divine order. Nature is not a struggle. It's a blessing. It's a breath. And when we're out of alignment, we feel our lives feel jagged. We're pushing and shoving and moving and surviving. That is not the way that we should live. That is not the way that we can choose to live, is what I would say. We can choose to have a fabulous life no matter what is going on around us, beloved. Whatever challenges we're facing are making us stronger, wiser, expanding us, growing us, and we need that depth with attitude to really get into what life is all about and not be surface people, but get into it and be in the depth of our lives. So I want to thank you, my beloved, for opening up and all that awesome yellow, that golden, beautiful, Russian yellow. You look so totally divine. You look magnetic and you look majestic, like the true empress that you are, beloved. And thank you for doing your work when people are watching or when people are not watching. This is not a show. This is a liberty. This is how we live, on camera, off camera. So I salute you, my beloved, because what you do behind doors is showing up in the light. You just can't do the work for the show. It's what you're doing in your life that's showing on the screen, my beloved. So please continue for the world. This is why I ask you to come again, to send your prayers, to show your energy, to show your beauty and your strength, because we all bring different medicines to the table. Ashe. So thank you for opening for us and being in our circle with the Full Moon Forum.
Ashe. Thank you, beloved.